Hey guys, Kevin here. I got my Garmin Forerunner 935, which is this. Got it about a week and a half ago and I've been using it constantly. I've got it on my wrist pretty much full time and I haven't really worn a watch all the time for years, but I became used to it already. I wear it when I'm sleeping so it tracks my sleeping. I wear it when I'm walking around so it tracks, well, my lack of steps. Because I work from home I don't walk as much as I should. So in this video I just want to give you my review of the watch after a week and a half. I'm not sure you can really call this a comprehensive review after such a short period of time, but I'll give you my thoughts regardless. If you want to look more at how you actually use this, etc., look at my unboxing video and look at my overview of the menu system. That shows you exactly how this watch works. So to explain my situation, I'm coming from the Phoenix 1. Now this is like, I think it's like 2012, and this got me through 3 marathons. You know, I was running like 50 miles a week for probably like 8 months, 9 months, the best part of it. I used it for years for running and it still works great. You know, it still does work great. The main downside to this is that it's quite slow, and by saying it's quite slow, I'm being a little bit liberal with the truth. It's super slow. You know, using the menu system slow, finding GPS is slow, saving your actual run. You know, you'd push save at the end and it'd be like a minute or so before you could even use it again. It's really, really slow. So without a doubt, that's influenced my opinion of this. And my genuine opinion of this is that it's amazing. I love it. I've not really found anything yet that really annoys me about it. It's fantastic. But bear in mind, I am coming from a device that's, you know, quite old. We're on to the Phoenix 5, which is actually the 4th Phoenix. And, you know, so I've jumped 3 or 4 generations ahead. So, with, you know, I'm obviously influenced by that without a doubt. But I just want to talk about how I found it so far. This watch can do pretty much everything. It can track running, swimming, cycling, can do like parachuting, all these other kind of bizarre things. I'll mainly be using it for swimming. I tracked, like, I think I swam like, I thought it was like 11 or 12 kilometres last week. I've started running again. When I bought this I hadn't been running because of a knee injury that I did at jiu-jitsu, but I'm hoping for that to get better. I ran 3 miles the other day and I ran 3 miles last night. You know, my breathing on my fitness isn't as good as it should be, but from a running point of view my legs felt okay, so I'm hoping to get back into running. I'll be doing some walking and I'll be doing some hill walking, and from time to time in the gym I might do some rowing or I might do some cycling, and this can track all of that. Now this has got a system that you can connect through your phone to Garmin Connect. I did a video about that. It shows you how you can do that. You go through into Garmin Connect and you can, you know, track everything, and you can add new watch faces, new applications, things like that. As far as Garmin Connect goes, I love it. It's what I'm used to though, so I've not tried any of, you know, like Polar or, you know, like well, in the past Nike Running, things like that. But I'm used to the Garmin system. I've kind of, all my previous runs I've tried into it and I'm really happy with the way it works, you know, with how easy it is to track everything, and I really like it. The Connect IQ store is where you add watch faces and things like that, and you know, you'll find lots of new watch faces. There's applications, there's widgets and data fields. There's a few official ones from Garmin, but most of them come from third-party developers. To be honest, it's good that it's there, but I haven't found anything that I really wanted yet. I tried 4 or 5 watch faces. They look good on the picture. When you put them on your watch, I don't think they looked as good. Too much information going on in your on the watch screen. And it's the same with some of the other things. You know, like Garmin do like a boating app and things like that. Like, it's just not applicable to me. But, you know, it's there for the people that use it, so it's not something I'm going to criticise it for. Now, those of you in the market for the Garmin Forerunner 935, you're probably looking at the Garmin Fenix 5 as well, because from a functionality point of view, there's not much between the 935, the Garmin Fenix 5 and the Garmin Fenix 5X. There really isn't much between them. This has got like Wi-Fi and syncing, things like that you don't get in the 5, but you get in the 5X. With regards to that, it's really, really good. It actually works a lot better than I thought it would. With my Phoenix 1, you know, you need to put it into the charging connecting cable thing and connect it to your computer and then sync using the Garmin app. this just syncs periodically. If you open your Garmin Connect app, it will sync. Even if you don't, it will still sync, and it will sync all your activities to your account. And I must admit, it's fantastic. I love it. I don't think I could go back to a watch that didn't do that now, because like this thing just automatically updates everything in my account. You know, it's not instant unless you sync it. You can manually sync it so that it, you know, it'll sync to your account, but it's not instant. It might be 20 minutes or half an hour, or whenever you connect to your phone, or but that's fine. You know, you don't need it to be instant. If you log into your app, and then it will start syncing and it will be there. So the way they've done it is really good, because if they had to constantly sync it, it would burn battery life, and battery life is fantastic, absolutely amazing. Apparently you can get 24 hours of running solid with the GPS running, and that's insane. You can use it for about 2 weeks without charging it. I'm currently at 50%, and I haven't charged it in about 4 or 5 days. And I've been using it every single day. I've been tracking swims, I've been tracking runs. I've even put it on and I've tracked when I've been doing weight training as well. Just put it under the general cardio setting. And it's fantastic. The battery life is amazing. Again, I'm coming from... Well, to be honest, the battery life on this was quite good. But from a GPS point of view, when you had the GPS running on this, the battery life drained quite quickly. But with this, it's amazing. And it's one of the reasons why I didn't go for like the 735, which, you know, there was a lot of deals coming out on that, but it had a little bit less battery life, and I'm glad I went with this. Now, one of the main differences between this and the Garmin 5 is the size. You know, this I think this is about 49 grams, and the Garmin Fenix 5 is about 85. Now, that's not a huge amount, but I thought, like, if you're wearing it day to day, you know, the Fenix looks like a better watch, without a doubt. If you're out, you know, out and about wearing, you know, jeans, t-shirt, whatever, the Fenix 5 is going to look like a better watch. But I still think this looks good. They would say, though, that with it being lighter, for me, that's more practical, because although I will be wearing it as a watch, first and foremost, I wanted this to be a good watch for training. I wanted it to track my runs. I wanted it to track, you know, my swimming, my walking, my hill walking, pretty much anything I do that burns calories, I want it tracked through this. And that's why I thought lighter is better. And I was still swaying when I bought it, and I'm sure many of you are, but for me, I thought that buying a watch that's lighter is better, and I feel like I've made the right decision. I don't have any regrets over buying the Fenix 5. And I'm sure a lot of you guys who do buy the Fenix 5 will be happy with it too. You know, I just personally, I thought something would be lighter. As far as the strap goes, let me show you here. It's got straps, it's got like holes for straps there, and it goes all the way to there. So it's kind of like a one size fits all. I find something, the strap is probably the weakest point in it, in my opinion. It's probably the part that isn't the most comfortable. I don't know, it's kind of, if you put it there, it feels a little bit too loose, but sometimes I feel that if you put it on and you get it a little bit tighter, then it feels too tight, so you kind of need to try and find the perfect one. It's not a major thing though. I think sometimes I put it on a little bit too tight than I should, because, you know, there's no markings. You know, there's so many of these holes here that sometimes you just put it on quickly and then you don't realise you put it on too tight. You can buy other bands for this. There's two bundles for this. You can get a regular bundle or the Tri bundle. The Tri bundle comes with like a swim heart rate monitor and the regular heart rate monitor, and it comes with the Tri band, so that when you come out you can take it off and then, you know, put it on when you're cycling. So I can actually buy that later. I believe you can buy a screen protector and things like that as well. The screen doesn't look like it scratches easily, but, you know, maybe that's something you'd want to buy. But the strap, you know, if I want down the line, I could probably buy another strap. Perhaps there's, you know, from third party or even from Garmin, there's maybe an official like metal strap that you could use and make this look, you know, maybe you could use that on a night out. If you're going somewhere, you can maybe use that. But yes, perhaps the weakest part in my opinion, but that's maybe a personal preference. As far as the heart rate goes, I've not tested it yet. With my Fenix, I used like a standard heart rate monitor, the Ant sensor, and you know, you can use lots of different sensors with this, ant sensors, Bluetooth sensors, and as far as how it tracks, I'm not sure how accurate it is. I don't think a wrist-based heart rate monitor is ever going to replace one that goes across your chest. But for me, I use it as a general guide. I don't, if it's showing me like 140 instead of 130 or 135, I'm okay with that. I'm just kind of looking for a general guide of where I am. In my run last night, I didn't pace myself right. I ran out too quickly, and during the rest of the run, I was dying, and my heart rate was really, really high. Now, my heart rate's always high at the start because I've got asthma and things like that, but it did show me right away, just looking at it without a heart rate monitor on across my chest, that I was, you know, running a bit too hard than my current fitness level. So to have a heart rate monitor on your wrist is amazing. Now I've got no doubt that the technology for wrist monitors are going to get better and better and better. But if you're wanting the most accurate heart rate accuracy as far as showing your heart rate monitor and testing it, as far as tracking it and that kind of thing, you should still use your heart rate monitor. For years I wore that ant sensor heart rate monitor, and it's not uncomfortable. I won't go as far as saying it's uncomfortable, but it is quite good to not have to wear it as well. And anyone who wears a heart rate monitor a lot will understand what I'm saying. I mean, it's 2 seconds to just strap it on and put it on. The reason I've not tested the difference yet is because the battery's dead and I've not got around to buying a replacement battery. But I don't even know if I will buy a replacement battery for my heart rate sensor. But yeah, overall, I'm quite happy with the fact it can track my heart rate. It seems to do it okay. It's not a replacement for a heart rate monitor that goes across your chest, but for me, you know, it's really good and I'm happy with that. As far as accuracy with tracking goes, I'm not sure, like, when I do this kind of like 3 miles run around my area, like around my little town, and this one used to track to my house, when I come up this way, about 3 miles on the button. This one, my new one, the 935, seems to track it maybe a little bit shorter than that. Now, I'm suspecting that's because the GPS is better, and this one was not as good. So the GPS is a lot better. It seems to track things a little bit better, which means I need to extend my run a little bit to make it 3 miles. But that seems okay. Again, I'm comparing this to an older watch, so as far as accuracy goes, I would maybe read DC Rainmaker's review about it. You know, he's got a fantastic blog that reviews all the different watches, and he's probably the guy to go to as far as testing accuracy, but it seems to be really good. There's a few other areas though that I think, you know, if I want to get the most accurate setting, you know, I'll maybe have to buy an accessory. The swimming, for example, I've noticed in a couple of my swims last week, I normally swim, either 50 lengths. If I've been doing a lot of weights and I'm tired, I'll do 50. But normally I'll try and do 100 lengths, so it's 2.5 kilometres. In 2 of my swims last week though, it tracked 2,525 because during it, at one point, it got out of sync, and I basically just I swam an extra 2 lengths, or an extra length, depending on how, an extra length yeah, I think I did an extra length. Because basically what happens was, when I should be at the 1,000 metre mark, it's saying like 975, but I'm not sure if 100% sure whether it's showing you 975, whether I should be at the 950 mark. So at the end, I just do extra just in case. I don't know if that's just OCD to get over the 2,500 metre mark. It's not a major inconvenience though, and generally speaking, it's really helped me with swimming, because what I'd have to do is just track, and you know, I'd be like, this is length 70 or is it 68? You know, because you kind of start daydreaming when you're doing a lot of swimming and there's people in the pool and you're swimming past people, and then you kind of, sometimes you do forget what lap you're on, you know, give or take you know, 2 lengths. So for this to be able to track everything is fantastic. I find it really, really useful. It really is fantastic. The only thing I would say is that isn't accurate is treadmill running. Now, I'm not a fan of treadmill running at all, if I'm honest, but you know, before I did weights last week, I did a mile on the treadmill, and there's been a few times I've did like a mile or 2 at the end as well. And obviously when it's bad weather and that, you know, and you're changed and you're in the gym, sometimes it's just easier to jump on the treadmill. But I did find that treadmill running is something that isn't 100% accurate as far as distance goes. So I've started the treadmill running app at the exact same time as the treadmill, and when the treadmill is showing say 1 mile, my watch is showing maybe 0.92, and then another day at the same time it would show 0.96 or 0.97. Seems to go up and down a lot, and for me to address that, I need to buy the Garmin foot sensor, the foot pod thing, where I strap it to my trainer when I'm running, and that will help me, you know, track on a treadmill. It'll help with tracking cadence and all that kind of thing. So that's something I might actually buy. I think, you know, if I'm tracking my runs, it's something you buy it once, and then you can use it in your treadmill. You can use it in on when you're running outside, and it will give you more accurate runs. So that's something I might actually buy in the future. I think that could be a cool accessory to buy. But I mean, that isn't a criticism of this watch. I mean, at the end of the day, how can any watch really accurately, you know, track your steps on a treadmill? It's quite hard to do. You know, when you're outside, it's using GPS and things like that. But on a treadmill, it's different because you're stationary and you're not getting a GPS signal. On the subject of GPS signal, I have found, you know, when I don't get any signal in the house, but when I step outside, this used to take 30 seconds, sometimes a minute. I've seen it some days a minute and a half, but I found with this one, when I've started the app, the running app, it's maybe like 10 seconds and it'll just say GPS ready. So without a doubt, the GPS, not only does it seem to be more accurate, it seems to pick up the signal much quicker and all that as well. So I know I haven't covered everything. I'm just, you know, in this video, I'm just kind of putting my thoughts out over how I've been using it over the last week or so. I'm sure there's going to be lots of things that will annoy me in the future. Maybe there's something, but overall, I would say that this is amazing. I paid £470 for it, which is a lot of money, but the way I was looking at it was that this can track every single thing that I can do. I can use it as a watch, it can track my sleep, it can track steps, hiking, swimming, weight training, treadmill running, running outside. It can do everything, and it's not something that I'm going to be changing every 6 months. This is something that I'll probably be using for the next 4 years at least before I upgrade, or maybe less than that, maybe 2 or 3 years. But you know, exercise is a big part of my life. You know, I do jiu-jitsu, I go to the gym. I'm hoping to get back into running, and it's money well spent. I really don't grudge the money that I've spent on it, especially when you consider, you know, how else you spend money in life. You know, going out for dinner and holidays and things like that. You know, I think this is something that has helped me improve my life, and I know that sounds cheesy, but it is encouraging me to go out more. It is encouraging me to go out, and I'm looking at the graph and thinking, oh, I've not burned many calories today. I'll go for a walk, or I'll go for a swim, or I'll jump down to the gym. So it is quite encouraging that way, for me anyway. Overall, I love it. I really do love it. I think it's a fantastic watch. I highly recommend it if you're training. If you're not someone who does a lot of training, or you only do running, you might want to look at one of the cheaper Garmin running watches, or just, you know, a watch that only does what you need. Because I do I do swimming, I do running. I like to do hill walking in Scotland during the summer. The only thing it can't track is jiu-jitsu, because obviously you can't wear a watch when you're grappling. But overall, I love it. I highly recommend it. If you want to know more about this, please do check out my unboxing video and my video where I show you the menu system, and check out the one where I show you how you can install new apps and things like that. I'm very happy with it. I don't think anyone would really be disappointed with it. But please do bear in mind, if you're coming from, you know, a Garmin watch has been released over the last year or two, perhaps you won't be so enthusiastic about a lot of the features. You might notice a lot of kind of things that aren't maybe as good as they could be. And perhaps there isn't enough in this watch for you to upgrade. It's really not something I can talk about because I haven't upgraded from a recent watch. I'm coming from an 18th century watch in many regards, from a technology point of view anyway. But I'm very happy with it. I highly recommend it. I'm still learning a lot about it. There's still lots of things I haven't learned about what it can do. But overall, I love it. I use it every day, and I do recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you get any questions, please do post a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. You know, if you want me to check something for you, please do post a comment. And until next time, thanks for watching.